Okay. Carolyn McNabb, Matsaujik Karo. Muzanit, Becky Barnett, uh, Alukira Siguron, Simaha Yitziha Tagahochin, Man Afterward, Muzanit, at Zimaha Hanaktoe, and
I expect there's on the meeting.
Nugget, classroom, along this classroom, Githiat, Nugget, a book, but not. Feel free to ask me, okay? I said, my name's Carolyn McNabb, and I was gonna teach Becky's class today. Becky's not here today, so I'm here to teach her class today. What you see up there on the screen is it has a whole bottom. I'll get off. I'm gonna teach y'all just measurements. It's not very much measurements. Mantimahayagat. On the next screen, it's got a taklek tambahai and it's gonna have the ingredients taklek tambahai Stizari bunagan man putezi man wohan. And also pay attention to these little measurements here. I said the next I'm gonna teach y'all these measurements, and that's what that is, measurements, that ahubaga, that's what it means. And I don't know, some of y'all already might know that. I don't know how far Becky been going along with her class with y'all, but I just thought I'd do these measurements today. Cause after this, we go over this. On the next screen, I have it has cake recipes, and it's all written in Muskogees. So it's gonna be we'll just go over that, and it's got Muskogee spelling. So y'all can let me know what it says, or what it's kind of like a little game with it. So Muzanita man michan doing man manchimahai hanak doage. Inga. Okay. On this one here, like I said, it has a hubaga measure. And these pictures right here, he's up. Can y'all see these pictures?
I'm not here, Josh.
Nga mo. On here, this first picture, where it looks like it has a picture of a field, it's showing an acre. And stizari bunaga acre, magira saat kasakto. Muy magira dondo stizari bunaga acre saat kasakko. Okay? And this one right here, that's a ruler, a foot ruler. And for that ruler, it says Ahubaga. That just means measurement. And next one, here, next picture. That's kind of like sometimes what you use when you're probably making clothes or quilt or skirt or whatever. It says an inch. You see on there, it has an inch. You pronounce that Ahubaguji. Ahubaguji. And what really that means in English means little inch. Ahubaguji. That's how you say inch. Kizari Bonaga. Ahubaguji. And this one, you're not. People always exercise with these, and Hunhuirui here. This look like a bell, but it's real heavy. And that bell is showing it weighs a pound. And the way you say pound is Adaska. Adaska, Magirado for pound. Okay? And as we go up, yeah, he's Oxidon what? The Wagavizi, gallon of milk. Agis Kasako. That's how you say a gallon. gallon of giska. You see a picture of gallon of milk, and that's how you say gallon. Agiska taco. And on here, it has a measuring cup. And on here, it's showing a pint. And on there, it has stubgis koji for a pint. For a measuring cup, for a pint is stubgis koji. Okay. And the next one on here, it still has the measuring cup on there, but it says a cup. Shishkira, that's how you say cup. Sizari Bunaga, or in Muskogee, cup is shishkira. Next one here, you see tablespoon, Magiro. You see a picture of a tablespoon. Muskogee, Ubunaga, Hakka Sako, Magiro. Tablespoon is Hakka Sako. That means a big spoon. Hakka Sako. That's for tablespoon. Okay? As we go down, on here, it's not the big spoon, but it's the little spoon. Tablespoon, teaspoon, hakuji, teaspoon, hakuji, mavagiros, dizara imbonagara. Hakuji for teaspoon. Okay? And on this one here, it shows a picture of a road. It's just telling you a mile. On there, a mile is Agiska. That's a mile, Agiska. That's why you see a picture of a road. It's showing for like mile. Agiska. Okay? And we go back on top, and then we'll go up to that next screen. Acre, Magezi. Y'all remember how to say the Muskogee word for acre? That's the spelling for acre in Muskogee. Anybody know how to remember how to say acre in Muskogee?
Tatkas taco.
Nga hilimahi satkalakkoros. Acre is satkalakko. Maro. Munyara, that ruler. How do you say a foot in measurements for that ruler? Nugget. Now remember how you say foot for that ruler?
Ahobaka.
Right, ahobaga. Ilimahi, ahobaga is a foot for that ruler. And y'all see this measuring tape right here for that inch? Anybody remember the Muskogee word for inch for that measuring tape?
Ahobagoji.
Inga, ahobagoji, hilitos, muy bunayaksa. Munyala. For this weight right here, it's a pound. How do you say a pound in Muskogee for that weight?
Adatka.
Inga, hilimahi, adaska. Hello. We going down. That gallon of milk Y'all remember how Muskogee word for gallon?
Agis kasako.
Inga hikimahi, ingis kasakudos. Maro, very good. For a gallon, agis kasakudos. Okay, for this pint, shows a measuring cup and it has a pint. Mun mara, what's the Muskogee word for pint?
Sagit koje.
Inga hikimahi, sagit koji. Sagit koji is a Muskogee pronunciation for the measuring cup for a pint. Okay, for the next measuring cup, it has a cup. How do you say cup in Muskogee?
Shishkida.
Right, shishkira. Shishkira is the Muskogee word for cup. Hello, ilimahi. How about the next one for tablespoon? Y'all remember how you say tablespoon?
Hakatako.
Inga hilimahi hakalako tablespoon. Maro. Madamo. Kuyensen. Munyara. Teaspoon, maga. What's the Muskogee word for teaspoon?
Hakuji.
Inga hilimahi hakoji. Hakoji is a Muskogee word for teaspoon. Maro. Munyara. And nini waka. Mile, maga. What's the Muskogee word for mile?
Agiska.
Inga hilimahi agika. Very well, agika. I like the way good pronunciation on those words. Right here, it says, what does agika actually mean? What's all this all together? What is that? What does agika actually mean?
Does it have something to do with like Gishitska or Gishida? Or no?
It would be like it says asking you what agika is. Remember when we started this agika? On there, agika is like a mile, like we were saying. Agika just means like measurement. Whether you say agika or ahubaga, they all mean measurements. Okay? Anybody have a question on that before we go to that next screen?
I think that Agithka is more like counting miles, isn't it? Counting miles because it's a road.
Yeah, on that one it would be agika.
Mm-hmm.
That road, well, it depends on however miles you might. If you say 3 miles, you would say agika Dutsinen. And agika, that's what it would be. But ahubaga, the ahubaga, that's what it means, measurements. So this Kanalax means the same as measurement too, because it's for this one right here, it's talking a mile. And it says agifka, so that's why it's included here with all these measurements right here. Does that make sense to you? But yeah, it does mean just like you're describing it too, because it's a road. That's how you would say agifka Dutzin or agifka Zapib, and you're saying 5 miles. But that's how you would use that in Muskogee. pertaining to that road. Anybody else have any questions?
Thank you for teaching me that, Carolyn.
Oh, you're welcome, Steve. Anybody else? No, Abuka. Who's after? Y'all have any questions? Because we'll go on to the next screen.
Honks.
Nga muano. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next. So anybody don't have no more questions, I'm moving on to the next screen, okay? And this is kind of like, it had kind of like the food measurements. That's why I wanted to add this measurement in there. And so let's go to this one. Whoops, let me go down. Can anybody read that, what that says right there? Anybody? Keith Oxa.
Deflectumbi Hayada. It's not written like that, but that's how I would say it.
Yeah, it says,
Hayagis.
Hayui Hutsehuza. Deflectumbi Hayagis Magiro. It says, let's look at some cake recipes and then figure out what makes sense and what doesn't, okay? So when we go to this next page, pay attention to the recipe, okay? And we're gonna look at it, and that's what it says. It says, let's make a cake. But it says, "Taplectambi hayagits muy utehuzarundo." Okay? So, read, and we'll see what we're talking about. Okay. It says, let's look at a normal recipe, okay? Can anybody read that first line? Anybody know what that is?
Waga Niha Shishkira Humgin.
Very good. It says Waga Niha Siskira Humgin. Okay? And that's part of the recipe for this cake. So, do y'all know what that might mean? If it was in English, Waga Niha, everybody know what Waga Niha is?
That butter,
Right, butter.
1 cup. Or yeah.
Very good.
Or
Humgin. Waga Niha Siskira Humgin means 1 cup of butter. Okay? Everybody got that? Waga Niha butter. Siskira Humgin. 1 cup. 1 cup of butter. Okay? And that's your recipe right here. How about that next second one? Everybody figure out the second one? What do we add next after 1 cup of butter?
honey, Hotchkadi Shishkira Turchinian.
Very good. Utskad Iskira Tutsinen. Nugget Utskira or Utskadi Rua. What is that? Utskadi.
Flour.
Right. How many?
Haramagas flour.
Utskadi.
Utskadi.
Utskadi. That's flour. Okay. And what's the next one after that?
Is Bagoichka Hakka Thakka Humgin.
Okay, that's good, but we're still on the second one. What comes after whole study on that right beside it? Right beside whole study, you have this word, Shiskira Tutsinen. So what does that one mean?
3 cups.
Very Utskadi Shiskira Tutsinen. That means 3 cups of flour. Okay? 3 cups of flour. Waganiha butter, siskira hamgin, 1 cup of butter. Potskari flour, siskira dutsinen, 3 cups of flour. How about the next one? Someone said it a while ago. Can you repeat that? We're on this third one. On this recipe.
Espaguechka, Hakko, Takko, Hamgen.
Very good. Hilimahi. Ispaquista. What that is? Ispaquista. I don't know what Ispaquista is. It's kind of like something rises or something blows up. Not really blow up, but kind of like how a balloon does. So what do you think that is? Ispaquista. Baking powder. Hakka sakko hamgen. Okay, that's baking powder. That means 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Hakka sakko hamgen.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody have any questions so far?
Joseph Condozi.
Anota.
Uh-huh.
Carolyn Zahozik Kado.
Carolyn?
Yeah, Carolyn.
Carolyn, okay.
Yeah.
Mado.
Yunga. Okay, we'll go down to the 4th one. After that, Ispaquista. What's next?
Oksanwa.
Right, Ukchanwa. What's the next?
Hakoje. Let's see. Foxkin. Enoth. I don't know that third word.
It's Inafkaba.
Inafkaba. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Inafkaba. Foxkin.
Yeah, it's Ukchanwa. Hakoji. Inafkaba. Foxkin. Now, what is Ukchanwa?
Pepper.
Salt.
Right, Ukchanwa is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm still
Ukchanwa.
thinking that I had to fill my salt shaker with pepper this morning. I'm
Oh,
still
yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah. Ukchanwa is salt. Hakuji inafkaba foxskin. That means like a teaspoon of salt. Not a whole teaspoon, but maybe like half of that. That's why you see that inafkaba. Inafkaba. Okay. Anybody have any questions? We'll go to the 5th one down here. The one that starts with the V. Can anybody read that one?
Were you talking to me?
I'm talking to anybody that's on here. Yeah. Can anybody read that from there?
Can try.
Okay.
Asok. Wait. Asokola? So
Right.
that's not asokla. It's
Yeah.
asokola, shishkira, hamgen, fachkin, wayanen.
Right.
Wayanen.
It's asogola.
Ashokola.
What is asogola? Asogola. Sometimes you gonna hear people say asogola.
Sugar, isn't it sugar?
Yeah. Asukla, sugar, siskira hamgin, patski, huyanin. That means like 1 cup, little over 1 cup. When it says huyanin, means like a little bit over or a little bit past. Okay? Siskira hamgin, patskin, huyanin. That means like just a little bit over than a cup. Okay? All right, everybody get that one?
Is there another way of saying it? Like, wouldn't it, can you also say a sukla? Or is it a sukla?
Yeah, you can say asugula or you can say asukla.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, y'all ready for the next one? This one down here that starts with the C. Can anybody read that one?
Study, study, Austin.
Very good. Hitimahi, very good. Sustagi, Saki, Austin. It means 4 big eggs. Okay.
Means what? Oh, 4 eggs?
Yeah, that Austin.
Hold
Here, where it says vanilla, there's no word for vanilla. That's why it has that, probably has that little star on there. But y'all read that one.
I think it's young part.
Hakotaka Hungen.
That green part with that. You know?
That there's no word for vanilla in Muscovy, so it just has Hakka Sako Hungen.
Okay, it's back part.
So y'all know what that means? Hakka Sako Hungen.
1 tablespoon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I'm gonna read this one.
It again.
Okay. Hakkaslako Hungin. That means 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of vanilla. That's what that's asking for right there. And BC Siskira Humgin, Boskin, Oyanin. That's what that says. Anybody know the translation for that?
Wagwazi is milk, cup, Hungen, full, and little over.
Right. That's what it's saying. Waga Bisi Siskira Humgin, Boskin, Oyanin. That means like saying like so you have 1 cup, right? That's 6 that tells you that's 1 cup. That's 1 cup of milk. And it's the Toscan, that means it's full. Your cup of milk, 1 cup of milk, that means it's full. Huyanin, that means like a little bit over than 1 cup of milk. That's what it's saying right here on this part. And when we get to that next slide or screen, you'll see what it's talking about, okay? So let me see. Let's try moving it. You see it now? So on this one, we have Waga Niha Siskira Hamgen. There was 1 cup of butter, right? And then we had Utskadi Siskira Dutsinen. That's 3 cups of flour. And this is our recipe right here, okay? It's Pakwiska, Hakkalako Hamgen. That's 1 tablespoon, okay? 1 tablespoon of baking powder. 3 cups of flour, 1 cup of butter. Now we go down here, Ukchanwa, Hakuji, Inakabapatskin. That's half a teaspoon of salt, okay? And on this one here, this one, remember the pronunciation, you can say it Asugula or Asugla, Siskira Hamgin, Paskin, Huyanen. That's 1 1/4 cups of sugar, okay? We have Ustagi, Taki, Osta. That's 4 eggs. I guess they just put Taki in there. But it just means 4 big eggs, okay? And on this one, no word in Muscovy for vanilla. There might be, but I don't know. But on here, they just have it vanilla. That's why you see that little asterisk on there. And Steve, look on and see if there's one with vanilla. And it says Saka. I mean, not Saka, it's Hakka Sako Hamgin. That's 1 tablespoon of vanilla, okay? And that's for our recipe here. And it says Waga BC Siskida Humgin, Foskin Huyanin. And that's asking for 1 1/4 cups of. So everybody got their recipe? And that's your English.
Serutina hara makto magichide. Espaga
Ispaquitska.
Ispaquit. I can't get that last part. Ispaquitska.
Right, you said it. You said it real
Okay.
good.
Okay. Mado.
Ispaquitska.
Ispaquitska.
That means, you know how your bread rises? That's all it is, just a description for baking powder, because that's what it does. So
To me, it sounds like it's like ballooning or, getting bigger.
yeah,
Ispaquitska. Uh-huh.
yeah, it's Spaquitska. That's their description of baking powder, because it's kind of like, it helps it rise or it blows it up. It's kind of like a descriptive word for baking powder. It's Spaquitska. Okay, everybody see the recipe on here? Okay. So anybody have any questions on this recipe? Because we're gonna go to the next screen. And pay attention to your 1 cup, 3 cups, 1 tablespoon, 1 1/2 teaspoon, 1 1/4 cups, 4 eggs, 1 tablespoon vanilla, 1 1/4 cups of milk. And we have 1 cup of butter, 3 cups flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, okay? And 1/2 teaspoon salt. We're gonna move to the next screen, see what it gives us. Okay. This is Hama. Hama means kind of like, like, see there, that's kind of like what that means. Let's look at some other recipes. What measurements don't make sense, okay? On here, okay. On here are cake, it says cake 1. It says here are a few ingredients from a different recipe. Which ingredient measurement seems wrong? We have Baga Niha Siskira Humgin. Baga BC Siskira Humgin. Mun Siskira Inakabafatskin. Asugula or Asugla Siskira Humgin. And it has Ukchanwa Hakkasa or Hamgin. Which one of these recipes seems like it's wrong to y'all? And I think this is from that cake recipe we just did.
Chanwa Haga Lago Hamgen.
Very good, very good.
Chanwa Zulki.
Yep, that's a lot of sodium in it. Right, let's go. Let's see what it is. Oops. Let me tap my palm of my hand. All right. You're correct. It's the one that says Uksanwa. Hakkatakkohamgin. That's why you see it in black right here, because that's giving you the answer. Which one was the wrong ingredient? Okay. Looks like a little bit too much salt, right?
Silky. Option was silky.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Yep. Too much salt. Okay. Anybody need any help with any of these Muskogee words right here before we go to the next screen?
Back to Wagabizi,
Mhm.
is that Ennathkaba?
Yeah, enough cover.
ENNVRKB.
Enough cover.
Ennathkaba.
That means like, enough cover can be like middle or means half.
Half.
That's a spot skin. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, let's see, we could go see what we getting into next. All right, this says cake 2. Here are a few ingredients from a different recipe. Which ingredient measurement seems wrong? We might go with the first, because did you see a recipe on it for cake number 2? I didn't see one either. But which one do you think right here would be wrong? Because I'm pretty sure both cake takes the same kind of ingredients.
I think there was one.
All it said was, all I seen was the one that says hama, but it didn't go to nothing after that. Okay, which one of these ingredients do you think is the wrong ingredient? This probably can go back to the first cake recipe we just did. I think I know which one it is.
Spagwichka. Haget lago hamgen.
That's the thing I was thinking, right? It's Pakwiska, Hakkatakkohamgin. You think that's the right one?
I think it is,
Yeah, the same.
because it's tablespoon, one
Yeah.
tablespoon
Mm-hmm.
is Pakwitzka.
Let's look at it, see what it is. See? No, we was wrong. It's the vanilla. Hakkuji Hamgin. Like 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I think it called for a half a teaspoon a while ago. So I guess that's a little bit too much vanilla for that one. So it's the vanilla one. Hakkuji Hamgin. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. All right. Anybody have questions on that one?
Say that third one again. I know it's flour, but
It's
I just can't get my mind to think in Muskogee enough to.
okay. It's Utskadi.
Hootscuddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Utskadi. That's flour. Okay.
Mhm.
And here's another one for cake number 3. It says, which ingredient measurement seems wrong on this one? Utskadi siskira Austin. Wagabisi siskira dutsinen. Vanilla hakkalakkohamgen. Or uksanwa. Hakkuji innakaba patskin. Do y'all know which one it is?
Wagabisi.
You think it's the second one?
Mhm.
Wagabisi siskira dutsinen. Which one do you say, Steve?
I think it might be the first one.
Okay, Steve thinks it's Utskadi siskira Austin. Anybody else have any guesses?
Hagatlago, Hamgen. So,
You talking about the vanilla alcohol hamgen?
Magaya Chapingley.
I kind of think the first two, I'm not for sure, unless it's a pretty big cake.
Oh, Siska de Duchinin.
It's
Oh,
Wagga.
this is
Miss
silky.
Martin had it right. Siskira Dutina. It's in my head. All right. Wagga, too much Wagga busy, I guess. Okay. It
Well,
says,
just being a cook, I know that most cake mixes do not ask for more than, a cup of milk in any recipe.
well, that was a good guess, and he was right. He's in my head.
That's right.
Here, Hadam Magiro. Hadam means again, okay, and Muskogee, Hadam. That means again. It says, what are the Muskogee measure words you might find in a cake recipe? Do y'all remember? Y'all remember y'all's recipe?
Hagatlago. Gucci. Siskida.
Y'all remember? Y'all remember y'all's cake recipe?
Just
All right.
Siskida Hamgen Bachgen Hoyanen.
That's what it was.
On here, if y'all think y'all forget it or whatever, this is being recorded, so y'all be able to go back and look at this again, with all these, with your English measurements and the Muskogee. So y'all have it on there, but this is our recipe for the day. But I don't know if that's what our cake gonna look like, but it's the recipe we got for today. But any homemade cake is good to me, so that's a good recipe there.
3 on the chat.
Anybody else have any questions?
Oh, Hama. What was your definition for Hama?
Hama means like there it is, That's kind of like what it's saying when you say Hama, or like it could be me saying there it is, or like I told you so, in that kind of a phrase. That's what Hama means. Yeah. All right. Anybody else?
I've always heard, Carolyn, I've always heard it, like when they're saying, like a caution word or something like that, Hama,
Yeah, that's same thing too.
Right, That's why that threw me, and I was wondering why that was included with a cake recipe.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
all
kind
right.
of what it means, like there it is, or like, it kind of, all these, what I'm saying kind of goes with that word Hama, and that one too, what you're saying, like saying be careful or watch out, you'll say Hama,
Uh-huh.
that's same thing too. So, cause most of some of these words, you ever look in a dictionary, you'll see one word and it has the definition, but then you'll see some other words, they mean the same thing as, what the other word meant. Like for that word, I think it's a fruit fig, they call it kisako, but that's the same thing they call raspberry. So you see what I mean? They have, some words have more than one definition. Like the definition could mean more than one word, is what I mean right there. But I've seen that in a dictionary where you find a word and then you think, oh, that means the same thing too, you know. Some of them share the same, you know, definition. So it's kind of like what that one word is. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this class today. It probably was something different when Becky usually teaches y'all, but I didn't know what all she has taught y'all and all that, so I just thought this would have been like something fun to do, you know, saying the ingredients and Muskogee and stuff. I hope y'all enjoyed this and it's about time for class to end, so Maruzi guys, I guess, gee.
We got two.
Anya madawzigejas okonaira man getiran zayatstone man afterwards. So the opportunity to see these words, even though I know how to say them and things like that, but I've never learned to read. As I was telling, I've always told Becky and Paskova there that I can't read. And so that's been my goal, is to be able to read it. And now I can see it. And so when we got down where you were saying that, let's see, that H letter in the fourth one or fifth one, Huyanin. And when I got down to the bottom sentence, I mean, it was so easy to read it now because I had seen it before, and now I know how you can read that in Muskogee, where I can say it, but I couldn't read it, and it's still, when I first look at it, it's difficult to try to read it, but after a while, it's becoming easier, and that's what I was telling Mvhayv, Becky. I just, my heart is just so overjoyed because I can look at words now and I can say them and know that, like I've always knew how to count to 10. And, when you say Hangen, Hokol and Totinen, I can say them, but I never knew how to read them because I didn't have the reading opportunity.
Yeah, and it always helps too, when you see a word like that, you break them down. And your sounds, you two letter and 3 letter sounds comes in, and they always help you too when you break them words down. And I think Mr. Thor Schaefer had the same question with that Huyanin. Huyanin means like, right here it says, Asubola Siskira Hungin, Paskin Huyanin. So Siskira Hungin means 1 cup, right? That's 1 cup.
1 cup full, and then
And then
you say
Huyana means a little bit
a
past.
little over.
Yeah, a little over, just like you see, like where it says you have 1 cup and then you get your 1/4 cup. Huyana, that's what it means, a little, past a cup.
My dictionary doesn't have
It's
Huyanin.
It's spelled different in the dictionary. It's Hoyanettv.
Oh, muy, okay, Inga.
Yeah. So does that answer your question, Mr. Schaefer?
Ihe, Aboskitskis.
Inga, Maru, I'm glad I was help to y'all in some way. And
Ayaboskida. Ayaboskis. Ayaboskitskis.
Maru. Yep, I
Madam.
Inga, Maru. Mon, y'all take it easy. Y'all have a good weekend. And I was glad to teach y'all and meet y'all again. And Miss Barnett, see me, oh, Maru.
Hadam Tehijiadish.
Does Mvhayv Eli still have a class?
She does. She hasn't had one here lately, but I think she'll probably, I don't know, she'll start another class. I'm not for sure. I haven't, she's been out of state on business, so I haven't seen her, so I don't know if she has anything planned, cause we got the schools that be opening up in, August. So we'll be busy with that, so I don't know what she has
Yeah.
on her plate, but, you know, she's pretty good Mvhayv as well. And Miss Barnett, Jimmy Omado, y'all have a good weekend and hadam sihita
Mhm. Hidimahis, Paskova Jehidaya.
Justice.
Hello.
Yeah.